Grand evening. Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, the Psychic Astrologer. My website is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. The weekly overview, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, from September the 25th to October the 2nd, 2025. Let's talk about generational curses, family curses and trauma, and bloodline trauma. Gemini, your solar sun is in the 5th house. The 5th house is Leo, the house of self-expression, children, matters of the heart, morals, principle, leaderships, self, arts, entertainment, and judges. The ruling planet of the 5th house is the sun. We are going to do healing. Healing by going internally, looking at the light in the darkness, and looking at the darkness in the light. Bring a balance. So we're looking back to our ancestors, our positive ones and the negative ones. The negative ones who brought these negative attributes into the bloodline has to be wiped out. And that's why you was chosen by your past ancestors to break the generational curses, family curses, and trauma, and bloodline. You're not using your emotions anymore, Gemini, because when you did that, when the ancestors in the past did that, they become unfocused, confused, and make wrong decisions. You're communicating with them to show you how to break it. You are the black sheep. You are the ones that they put all that energy in because they knew you was ready to break it. You took the shackles off of you. By taking the shackles off of you, you healed yourself and healed your past ancestors, the negative ancestors who create these negative attributes in the bloodline. You're going to heal in love, finances, work, possession, beauty, and luxury. You're going to take that energy. You're going to see the things that's been hidden and swept under the rugs. Just finally bring them out to the open. The ones of the ancestors who were negative, who created havoc, you want to get rid of them because their energy brought these generational curses, family curses and trauma, and bloodline curses because they dealt with negativity. Opportunity for expansion, growth, abundance, blessing, wealth, karma, and the truth. But you're going to have to pick the right one and look at the longevity. So many's coming after you, you got to pick the right one. Then we have Saturn in Pisces, Uranus in Gemini, and Neptune in Aries, Pluto in Aquarius, and Chiron in Aries, all retrograding. When a planet's retrograding, Gemini is moving backwards, reviewing when it's going direct, correcting those mistakes. So you're correcting what those negative ancestors did that caused all this trauma, and they're going round in circles. And by healing yourself, you're breaking the curses and and healing those ancestors who were positive. There was ancestors that was sabotage, a man and a woman. They were secret enemies. They're the one created all this negativity. You have ones that was two-faced. Those that want to make a decision, playing both sides. That they didn't want freedom and independence from these generational curses and bloodline curses and famine trauma. Those who have the head in the clouds, rose-colored glasses, illusion, fantasy, fear, doubt, deception, lies, brain fog. No more brain fog. You see what needs to be done. What ancestors that was negative, they need to cut it out so that negative attribution that they attract can be wiped out. Action. This has been bothering your ancestors for quite a while, but it's been rumming under the surface because they want change, transformation, and freedom. Chiron in Aries, stop being the wounded warrior. You're no longer the victim. You get out of that scarcity mindset and move into abundance and survivor mindset, Gemini. Libra, I like to wish all the Libras happy solar return. I wish you health, wealth, success, happiness, and love, and mostly love for yourself. Remember the first 56 days of your solar return, go out and ask for what you want because you have the power on you to get what you want. So your solar sun is in the first house. Balancing generational curses, family curses, and trauma, and bloodline trauma. Removing the negative ancestors who refuse to heal to keep this stuff going on so the positive ones can heal. No longer use your emotions because you found out they used their emotions, they became unfocused, they couldn't separate it, okay? And they made wrong decisions. Communicating with them so a balance could really be there and pinpoint the secret enemies that was in the and the bloodline that created all this negativity. Because you healed. You went internally and healed and found the light in the darkness and found the darkness in the light and balanced it out. Taking your energy, looking at the past, who these people was. Stop sweeping it under the calendar. You was the one that your ancestors was waiting for. You hooked those shackles on your ankles and you broke the curses. You were the black sheep. You were the one that they call crazy, Libra. Okay, opportunity for expansion, growth, abundance, blessing, karma, wealth, and truth is coming into being. But you got to pick the right one that's going to have the longevity. You're also breaking the curses of in love, finances, possession, work, beauty, and luxury. Now we have Saturn in Pisces, Uranus in Gemini, Neptune in Aries, Pluto in Aquarius, and Chiron in Aries, all retrograding. When a planet's retrograding, it's moving backwards, reviewing when it was going direct. And now you're correcting all that these negative ancestors did to keep the positive one going in the circle of all this destruction. So there was a man and woman who was sabotaging your family. They was secret enemies, jealousy. There was people that was unfocused of what they want to do and how to do it, and they didn't want freedom, independent. There was ones with head in the clouds, rose-colored glasses, illusion, fantasy, doubt, fear, deception, lies, and brain fog. You see it now, and now you're making the correction by getting those negative ancestors out, okay? This has been bothering your ancestors for quite a while. They cannot heal until they find the one who's going to break the generational curse, untackle those shackles, and you are the one. Chiron and Aries. Stop being the wounded warrior and scarcity and being the victim. Be the survivor and come out with abundance. Aquarius, your solar sun is in the 9th house, which is Sagittarius, the house of universal truth, religion, philosophy, dream, mysticism, higher education, foreign travel, foreign cultures, etc. Its ruling planet is Jupiter. Jupiter is going to bring opportunity for expansion and growth, abundant prosperity, wealth, and blessing, and calming the truth in this breaking generational curses. You got to balance this out, and you balance it out by breaking the curses, by taking the shackles off of your legs, your ankles, Aquarius, and being the black sheep. You went internally to fight the darkness and the light and the darkness, come to a balance here. We want to get rid of the negative ancestors who created these negative attributes to attach to the positive ancestors. You balance it out by communicating with them, and they're telling you what they want you to do. You're taking your energy and you're looking behind the scene like the eagle eye of the eagle and plucking them out. Okay? All right. We have Saturn in Pisces, Uranus in Gemini, Neptune in Aries, Pluto in Aquarius, Chiron in Aries, all retrograding. These are the things. There was an ancestor, a woman and a man, who created this by dealing with negative people and negative things, and they put something on the family line. There was people that were two-faced, couldn't make a decision up and down, and so they didn't want freedom. There was ones who was illusion, fanning the crowds and all this crazy stuff, and they had to bring a difference to this.